I managed to turn a dream car into reality thanks to all this turmoil in the market, and you can do the same. Right, now time to give you a look at my car and explain why I've bought it. Hello and welcome back to the Volks Wizard channel. Now, some of you may know used cars have seen unprecedented price increases over the last few years, largely due to a shortage of a new car supply. Well, thankfully that seems to be going back to normal at long last, which is putting more used cars into the market, and prices will have to soften accordingly. In fact, I've been following the market for the past couple of months, and I can tell you there is a very distinct price correction taking place at the moment, with many cars on Auto Traders having been reduced by 10 to 15%. Now, this is not great news if you're a car dealer with a forecourt full of overpriced and overaged stock, but if you're car enthusiasts like us, this is brilliant news, because cars that would previously be beyond reach are now that little bit more affordable. So in today's video, I'm going to explain to you how I managed to turn a dream car into reality thanks to all this turmoil in the market, and you can do the same. But first, I want to share with you a very valuable tip that will allow you to see exactly how much a car has been reduced by when it's been advertised on Auto Trader. I'm now in the luxury of a beautiful Mark II TT RS, driven by my good friend Malcolm. Say hello.
Hello.
You've probably seen Malcolm on the channel before. We've known each other for probably most of the time Volks Wizard's been going, and he usually comes and sees me on a Saturday, but since I've moved it's been a bit few and far between our meetings, but he's helping me now by taking me up to the dealer to collect my new car. He's done 60,000 miles in this TTRS, 10,000 miles a year, and it's been the best car you've ever owned, hasn't it? And he's owned a lot of cars. Now, I just thought I'd quickly talk about a little feature you may or may not know about called Auto Trader Price Tracker extension for Chrome browser. Big thanks to Johnny Smith 14 from Instagram for tipping me off about this. It's really brilliant. Basically, if you go to an Auto Trader advert, normally without this extension, it will tell you the price of the car now. With this free download, it'll tell you how long the car's been in stock and what it's been priced at before. Now, generally, when the market's buoyant, you advertise a car, you sell it at that, but now we're really in a price correction. I wouldn't say we're at crash levels yet. That's losses of 20%. We're somewhere between 10 and 20 for a lot of cars. So download this extension, go and have a look at Auto Trader, and it's just mind-blowing. It's really been helping me buy this car because I know exactly how long it's been in stock for and whether the dealer's probably losing money on it, which they may well be, I don't know that for sure. But also I'm looking to get back into buying and selling cars, and I need to do that when the market has fully corrected, and it's telling me that shouldn't be an awfully long time now. Is this car a bargain though, even though it's been lost 12% since August, about $6,000? Well, I can't tell you yet because I've not driven it properly, just done a quick test drive, and B, it all depends what's going to happen in 2024, which is very hard to predict. But inflation's come down, interest rates might come down, who knows? What do you think, Malcolm? You've been around many years. Are we going to... Things going to get worse before they get better?
Don't be people.
All right, there you go. 79 years old, he's seen a lot of ups and downs. Malcolm's tip is things are going to get better. Right, well, that makes me feel better about forking out for this car. You never know, it might be worth more money next year. Well, guys, welcome to Auto 100 in Sutton in Ashfield, just off the M1 at junction 28. I think we're in Nottinghamshire here. They've got 305 cars in stock. The average price is £80,000, and I think stock is about 25 million. They're in the old Golden Lady hosiery factory, so they're using the admin building for all the admin, and then this, what was the factory, is just full of amazing cars. So let's give you a quick tour. So, I mean, there's so much here. It's like the dream collection, isn't it? And there's so much variety. Okay, this is an old car for them, but it's a very special car. So this is 997 GT3 Comfort Spec. We've got a new Carrera S, new Bentley Continental GT, Taycan Turbo S, Aston Martin. I love this. So this is the Jeep Julia Quadrifoglio in that green colour. They did that special edition one in, but it can't be that special edition, surely. TVR, Stag, new Corvette, Maseratis. Ooh, that's a special Jag. Arrow Blue Crystal Effect R8 Mark II. That's a very early one. Good value for money, that is, about 65k. This is beautiful, R8 V10 Plus in, I think it's Estoril Blue. Ceramic brakes, normal seats, automatic box. Beautiful car, Ferrari 430, Alfa 4C, Aston Martin V8 Volante, I think, MG GTS, 911 Maserati, Aston Martin, Bentley, another Moggy, Targa 991, and lights are coming on as I walk down here. Bentley Mulsanne, I think that's a lot of car. Another 911, another Bentley. So there's no Volkswagens here, but they do have a number of Fords. One of them, which actually isn't advertised, so I don't know why it's here, I haven't asked, is this absolutely gorgeous XR2 from about 1988. Check that out, pepper pots. Look at that seat, that is amazing. I can't really read the mileage, but there's a lot of zeros, so it must be super low. And what's this? A big Merc, oh my back, geez, I didn't know they did an SUV, wow. Okay, here we have actually a very nice Cayman GT4, so carbon brakes, carbon bucket seats, no Club Sport pack, which is probably a good thing. That's a very special Turbo S, but however lovely that is, what it's parked next to is even more special. So a super low mileage Testarossa, last sold by Ferrari in 2022, I gather. So really good provenance to it. Urus, got a few of those. There is an Aventador here, so, oh there it is. Aventador, I think there's 10 R8s here, quite a few of them are the new one. Check this out, Escort Cosworth. Beautiful F8 Tributo. This car here is £250,000. A Crayon 911 of some sort of convertible. New Corvette, G-Wagons. This looks like an ex-Aston Martin UK car with that reg. Oh, that's nice sort of greeny grey colour. Superleggera, that's a DBS. Incredible, and this is a Ferrari. Beautiful. Oh, and a McLaren. There's always got to be a McLaren, so 720S. Very, very nice. Right, now time to give you a look at my car and explain why I've bought it. What do you think, Mal? Thumbs up?
Yeah, good.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's like your dream garage. Incredible. Well, this is my new car. It's a 2014 Audi R8 Spider. It's a Mark I facelift, similar to the one I had before. We'll talk about that later. The reason I bought it was since I had it in stock from August to the end of 2023, where we are now, it's been reduced by 12% according to the Auto Trader price tracker. And it actually had £1,000 off over the last week when I started looking at it. So I really couldn't say no. It may not be the end of the drops, I know that, but it's a convertible and it's winter, so if prices are generally coming down, convertible prices should go up. Well, that's a theory. Anyway, if I have to get stuck with it for the rest of my life, I don't think I'm going to be too disappointed. To put it into context, you could have a similar age and mileage 981 Boxster GTS, and this, physically and I suppose emotionally, it's a lot more car for your money. Now, I wanted one that was a bit different to my previous R8. That was a Suzuka Grey 2014, same year and same sort of generation, but it was a manual and it was a coupe. We've got automatic and we've got a different grey, a proper grey this time. I won't have to call it white. And also there is a very special option inside there, which we'll talk about in a second. Another reason I went for the Spider, because originally I bought a coupe thinking it had enough luggage space to go touring around Europe. It hasn't. So if you're going to buy an R8, doesn't really matter which one, they've both got crap luggage space. This has just got the front, there's no room behind the seats. But I'm hoping you can get a bit of luggage into where the hood's stored, but not put the hood down, but we'll see. There's still an engine in there, there's not a lot of room, but it might be enough. I didn't want to buy another car that had been owned by Audi UK because it could be a driving experience car or even a press car. The number plates for those start with O to about 2014, and then they become K after that. This one's originally from the West Country. If you Google 2014 R8 Spider with bucket seats, I've given away the option now, you'll see an advert for this car when it had done 3,000 miles, must have been about 2015, at a Porsche specialist. And the second owner bought it from there, and then the owner who had it before me bought it from Nottingham Audi, so it's a known history from new. And it's done 26,000 miles with a full Audi service history. The specs, not brilliant, but it's kind of like amazingly good with the core things. So Daytona grey is beautiful and actually really rare. And the bucket seats are spectacular. We've got the titanium wheels as well with Pirelli tyres. And because they changed the colour of the wheel from the standard silver to titanium, the actual back tyres only, the wheels are the same 11J, go up from 295 to 305. A little nerdy fact there. Another lovely thing about this car spec is that it's got the black styling pack, and that gives you high gloss instead of sort of matte black plastic, and you've got black grille, black tailpipes, and black intakes on the hood cover or the engine cover. So yeah, as well as being S-tronic and having bucket seats, it's got the B&O sound system. It's got an upgraded steering wheel, believe it or not. It took me a while to notice that. It's got perforations and it's a little bit thicker. It's about 300 quid extra when it was new. Importantly now, even though before I'd have not bought a car with passive dampers, now after watching some RE performance buying guides, I'm actually only buying a car with passive dampers, not the dreaded mag ride, because a lot of people are having to convert to passive rather than spend all the money, like £6 on mag ride dampers. So the fact this is passive suits me down to the ground. Compared to a Cayman GT4, it's still going to feel like a limo. Well, I've driven it and it does feel like that. Importantly, it's a big car. We've got parking sensors front and back. We've got electric folding mirrors, and we've got the light and rain sensor package, which gives you self-dipping of the rear view mirror and a couple of other bits and pieces. Right, it's getting late. I do want to drive it home in the daylight, so let's get in the R8 Spider and take it home. Well guys, welcome to the first drive in my 2014 Audi R8 Spider V8. From this position it feels pretty similar to my old car, but there's enough difference to make me feel like I'm in a different car. So for a start, we've got the S-tronic gearbox. So this is a dual clutch gearbox that came in during the 2013 model year, end of 2012. So up to that, the autos were R-tronic, which was an automated manual, not half as good as this gearbox. There was a famous advert where Audi UK had stripped the back off an R8 V10 and they had it on a dyno, and the driver was going through the gears to just show how quick and decisive the changes were compared to the old one, which was pretty leisurely in that respect. So actually originally when I was looking for one back in 2018, I didn't expect I'd find a manual. It just kind of was there, and I thought, well actually let's go for the manual. On reflection, that open gated gear shift, while it gets loads of praise, it's another one of those things I think journalists eulogise over, but in reality they're not that good. Clarkson said it was like operating the points in a Victorian railway signal box, and he's not wrong. Yes, there is some theatre to it, but what put me off it was when I was going round a roundabout, I did a change from third to second, or I thought I did, and then I heard the rear parking sensors beep when you go into reverse. I didn't release the clutch. If I had, I don't know what would have happened. That kind of put me off the open gated box. So yeah, welcome to S-tronic. It actually looks like R-tronic. It looks like no other Audi shifter in any other car, so it takes a bit of getting used to, but yeah, so far it's very, very good indeed. Now, it wasn't the gearbox that made me sell my other one, it was actually the fact that we were in lockdowns and there was no prospect of being able to use it, and actually I didn't take my own car abroad for another 18 months, so I kind of did the right thing, because I'd had it for about 18 months or so when I did finally sell it. So there was always a bit of unfinished business, and right now I'm not a car dealer as such. I don't hold any stock. I've just bought this car with the money that I'd normally use for buying stock cars. So this is the equivalent, I don't know, of a nearly new Golf GTI Club Sport Edition 45 or Golf R. But instead of it sitting there probably unsold, going by the current state of the market, I'm just driving around in it. I do have some plans for it. I'm not going to wrap it. I'm probably not going to change the wheels. If I do, I might go for silver, because I think the grey looks a bit grey. But something I really want to do is drive it to the Geneva Motor Show, which is actually back for the first time since COVID, at the end of February. I'm going to need some winter or all-season tyres for that. So if you work for a tyre manufacturer, or you know one, then if you want to sponsor that video by supplying the tyres, then get in touch. I'm not really bothered what make they are, but yeah, it should be a good advert, because there should still be snow and we're not going to take the easiest route, that is for sure. Beyond that, I can't really say how long I'll keep the car for. Yeah, and there is the kind of elephant in the room with the GT4 as well, but I've got plans for that as well. But if I'm back selling cars, they might both have to go. I just don't know. What I will tell you is the Edition 30 went to a good home a couple of weeks ago. That freed up space on my driveway for another car, hence why xmas have led me into this one. Anyway, big thanks for all your support during 2023. It's been a tough year on YouTube, so every like, every watch, every comment, it all actually means a lot to a small channel like this one. Big thanks to Ricky Elder at RE Performance as well. He's done some amazing buyer's guides on R8s, Mark 1 V8, Mark 1 V10, Mark 2 V10. So if you're thinking about an R8, check those out. They might put you off a bit, but at least if people like Ricky, who know these cars inside out, and they don't charge main dealer kind of money. The only downside is that you have to go to Swindon. As ever guys, keep subscribing, keep commenting, and I'll see you for the next one very soon. Oh, there is one other difference with this car. For that, I need to put my hat on, and it is raining. There's a little button here which does this. It's a little bit longer than in my Boxster, but it does it up to 31 miles an hour. Yep, it's raining, it's December. On the plus side, the days are getting longer and spring is not very far away.